Then, am I right that after you finished your BSc, you joined a company, an exploration company?
Yes, that's right. I joined Geopeko, that was a very successful exploration company. In fact, I was offered several jobs at the time. It was a fairly boom period. That was back in 1970, and Western Mining offered me a job in Kalgoorlie, and Geopeko offered me a job in Tennant Creek, and I took the Geopeko option. I'd met the exploration manager previously, John Elliston, because I did an honours project on King Island on the scheelite tungsten skarn. And
Just north of the main island.
yes, that's right. And Pico was in a takeover battle to acquire the mine. And John Elliston, who's the exploration manager at the time, came out into the field, and I spent a couple of days with him and Bob Richardson, his geophysicist, looking at rocks, and he impressed me a lot. And that was the basic reason I joined Pico.
What was the actual topic of your thesis?
On the, you mean the PhD or?
No, sorry, you did your honours thesis on King Island.
Yes, that was actually looking at the origin of the skarn. The company that had the mine there had only just drilled this new deposit to the north called the Bold Head deposit. So it was fantastic as a young student having the opportunity to log about 20 drill holes that had just been drilled, and you know what scheelite's like, you know, it fluoresces under the lamp. So getting in the core shed and lamping all this core was absolutely magic.
And was it relatively easy to sort out what had formed this particular deposit?
Yes, I mean, skarns, as you know, are pretty spectacular with the garnet and pyroxenes, and it was early days. You know, Larry Minot hadn't appeared on the scene in those days. So I actually learnt from some Russian papers. I'll never forget D.S. Korzinski, who wrote a seminal piece of work on mineral zonation in skarns, and I used that as the basis of the plan that I followed.
Excellent. So you joined Geopeko, and you're in Tennant Creek. Did you work elsewhere with Geopeko?
I did. I worked. I knew that I was going to go on to a PhD. I decided that when I was selecting a company to work with, it was on the basis that they would fund me to do a PhD.
And of course, in those days, perhaps even to some extent, even today, it's quite common not to do a master's in Australia.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah. So you could plan to go on do a PhD, and in your case, you're even doing better planning than that. You're actually getting the company to pay for it.
Exactly.